Welcome back to Media Mesh, where I give you my unapologetic opinion on everything from music, movies, news, reality TV, and so much more. Go down that hole. Now I'll be damned. Now, I'll be sure calls for investigation into Kim Porter's unaliving in wake of Diddy's arrest. Now, if you've been under a rock, then you don't know what's going on. Obviously, there's more important things happening in this world, like what they're doing with the World Health Organization via the Democrats, but that's another story for another time. But back to the foolishness. Okay, now, I'll be sure definitely cool. Great songs back in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever, but I have a bit of a problem here. Okay? Now, everyone has heard about this book, and if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, you can. It's on TikTok, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere, or you can just buy it from Amazon. But I think before you come to a conclusion, you need to listen to it for yourself and draw your own conclusion based on listening to it. Now, of course, a lot of people are believing Al's take on this situation, claiming that it's fake. Okay. Now, one of the things that I have to say, when I look at the book or I've listened to it, and the only issue that he has made mention of that I could see that really stands out was the issues with him being addressed in this book. His, friendliness toward Mr. Diddy back in the day. I haven't heard nothing else really that he has taken issue with outside the fact that he's been mentioned in the book. If this is a complete fabrication, then these are some of the most creative people, and they need to be in the film industry. Listening to her memoirs, if they are, these are very detailed accounts of what has taken place. I don't know who could be able to come up with these scenarios that really put all the pieces together. If you're old enough to recall when all this stuff was going down in the 90s with Tupac and Biggie and all that, excuse me, then listening to this book really connected the dots. She talks about Jimmy Henchman. She talks about the Tupac thing and the reasoning behind it. I'm not going to give it away. But if you're curious, all right, just don't take people's word. Listen to it for yourself and see if it makes sense. So, of course, in the book, they omitted certain names, but of course, Jada Pinkett's in there, Will Smith, Mary J. Blige. It's somebody on the West Coast, and some people think it might be Snoop, could be Dr. Dre, I don't know. But it makes sense when you just put all the pieces together. How he turned basically Biggie and Tupac against each other, and then allegedly took them both out. How her boyfriends or the film producer and different folks that she was connected to mysteriously got pneumonia. How, in fact, she, left out of the world due to pneumonia. So it's not far-fetched to think that people in position of power can get you eliminated in the smoothest way. It just as in the book, allegedly, he mentioned that he would not pew her. You got to say that now. It sounds crazy. But nonetheless, he would do it a lot smoother. So do I believe maybe the ending where she was still riding up into the bed? I don't know. Far as the part, well, he got me. I don't know about all that. But I mean, there is a lot to really consider. Okay. Now his call is he's reaching out to the alphabet boys. Okay, let's see what he says. So, it's a call to action to be taken against the team that created what he referred to as a new fake memoir, credited to his ex-wife and Combs' longtime girlfriend. Okay, now the book came out on the 6th of September. Okay, this is right before, Diddy was indicted for trafficking and racketeering. Okay, now, according to this, he says it allegedly contains information Porter saved on the flash drive and gave to friends before her sudden passing. So that's where this book is supposed to be originating from. So this is what he says. For over a decade and a half, I've been posting about and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid unalivings and tragedies that could have all been avoided. Now, I'm with him on that. I do believe that he feel the type of way about what had happened with, Diddy and how he had handled the woman that he loved. But we cannot negate the fact that you were mentioned in this book in an unfavorable way. But then, if that's the case, then all you need to do is file defamation, right? The Alphabet Boys is not going to, they're doing their thing. Diddy is already, that is done. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade. That's is what it is. And while I'm here, let's address Dr. Umar, mentioning this whole thing about Diddy and far as the reason that they're coming after him is because of his political party he was trying to start. Well, I don't care nothing about that. Okay. Yes, it is a distraction. We're all distracted. Everybody's choosing what they want to be distracted by right now. Now, of course, we do need bigger things to concern ourselves with at this moment in time. But since it's out there, we got to talk about it. Now, I hope everything does work out. Far as justice, obviously it is. So I don't think it's a bad thing to hear this, hear what's been said allegedly by her or her memoirs. The only problem again that I think he has is the fact that he's mentioned in here and not in a way in which he will want people to think of him. At the same time, he's not really relevant anyway. No diss, no shade, right? But the story is so much bigger than him. That was way earlier in the book. Whatever y'all done did, I was like, oh, okay. And then just kept it moving. There's bigger things that pertain to her demise in this book. She obviously knew way too much. I mean, you got Justin Bieber mentioned in here, and that's shocking. You got Usher. You got so many moving pieces in this book to be stuck on the fact that you got mentioned for doing whatever you was allegedly doing. Okay. So who knows? Is this book real? Is it fake? But from my perspective, as somebody who has listened to this book twice, okay, I ain't wasting no time reading it, but I did listen to it twice. For me, it answers a lot of questions. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's talk about it.